Thank God it's Friday. I am Veronica Danik-Boy. Welcome to the show. With me, as usual, are my lovely, beautiful co-hosts. Hello, ladies.
Excellent morning.
Good morning. We are all looking so traditional this morning. It's a Friday. Yeah. Nima, I missed you again.
You're deceiving me, I won't deceive myself. I wanted to rant this morning, but thank God for Nation's newspapers. I will be ranting in the papers. However, some people provided me. I hope I'm not getting you into trouble. Should I? Okay.
No, talk about it. Go ahead. She said you can go ahead.
I had a nice pepper soup, yam pepper soup from Obiajulu. So it was so nice that I extended it into plantain. Oh God! As lunch yesterday. It was really nice. Thank you, Obiajulu.
I'm glad you liked it.
Also, I've never talked about my siblings. We have a group chat on WhatsApp, and yesterday my only brother, the only son of the family, started a conversation into our childhood. It was really hilarious. Talking about how I used to love food. My elder sister used to love food. We were made to watch the plays because we never agreed to be full. We ate his food. We were bullying him about food. In fact, I laughed all the way because I could relate with everything. I remembered clearly what we used to do. It was really crazy. This was lovely yesterday.
I have friends that are arguing with themselves, that they're saying, I'm not talking to my sister. Oh, I'm kidding. I'll be like, you have
it's
sister.
Because you have Abby.
You have brother. Some of us will give anything to have someone to quarrel with. I will give anything to steal my food. Come, as in when I was small, just come and steal the food. If you want food, I just wanted to have a sibling.
I miss because I had so much fun. I was telling Mariam the other day that behind the scene that then if you're looking for me, you find me on the trees, you find me, you know,
tree climbing, picking everything.
You see this almond fruit?
Yes.
The tree. One day it broke. And I was hanging like this. And I was still after the one fruit that I climbed up to get. My uncle beat hell out of me. But that fruit, once he landed.
I didn't do all of this kind of
I know, I had fun. We played.
I was always climbing.
You know, I am my other ones because I am the last born. And so whenever we're having drama, there's this drama my sister organized. We have doll babies. She call me her daughter.
Did you yes. Honestly, I have this little rant. I was on the receiving end of a major complaint on Oshodi and Oshodi Airport Road, saying that construction work has stopped and caused major traffic. The number of man hours that were wasting on traffic, and the worrisome part, which I couldn't answer, I said, are they going to resume this construction before the election, or are we going to wait till May 29 when there's a new administration?
And the rains have started.
And I couldn't answer that question. And I said that I was going to ask that. Is the governor going to continue working on the airport road before the elections? Because people are worried this difficulty is affecting people's life. The road has been broken down in order to rebuild, and nothing is going on.
And the particular road you mentioned, sometimes I just drive through the airport. I have 3 ways I can go home, but sometimes I just go through a particular road. They've almost finished. I don't know why they left the site. They were still on site last month. I still drove through the airport road to Oshodi.
We talked about last
They were still. So why would they just leave at once?
So I'm wondering, has governance ended because of Lagos?
Anyway, Abby.
So you know, I told you guys I am on a budget now after reading that book. So I need to learn how to spend my money and be frugal. Wednesdays, I decided that I'll have no spending day every Wednesday. So I started it. Why are you laughing? I started it last Wednesday. I went out. I was craving for Coca-Cola. I said, no, you're not spending 50 kobo today. But I survived. I didn't spend money and I didn't die.
Doctor said she ask you
after a month. No, every Wednesdays, no spending money.
You know, it's after 2 weeks you can.
She's my accountability partner.
Yeah. I tend not to talk about, like, I've been exercising consistently for about 3 months now. Every day, like 5 days in a week. I ensure that 5 days in a week I take 10,000 steps, and I'm just saying it out. Maybe I've told Mariam after a month, but I told myself that there's no need. When we start announcing, people will start asking you and checking, and then you can fall off the wagon. But
no, that's not
right. And
that's
there are 2 categories to it. Yeah.
Well,
you have those that
that's
you
how it works
to.
for me.
Yes. Yeah.
So I say it, and I know I have to live up.
When she was doing the no meat thingy, so that was how we had no meat.
God.
Hey.
All right,
We have been through many phases.
Ladies, we can continue, but we need to move forward now.
We know.
When we return, we review the news headlines. Stay with us. We will be right back. All right, thanks for staying with us. Let's get on with the papers this morning and the major headlines on the Punch. Nigeria's 2019 elections. PDP COP hail UK-US plan to place visa ban on poll riggers, others. Policeman doctor killed as robbers attack bank in Osun. Fire guts UAC building, others in Lagos. Osun Election Tribunal, INEC closes case without calling witnesses. INEC rejects Ezekwesili's withdrawal from presidential race. Well, following Punch's report, CP orders probe of DPO who broke carpenter's leg arm. Diezani cash, court convicts INEC officials of money laundering. Bad debts, CBN plans tougher bank capital rules. It's not true that my government is marginalizing Igbo Buhari. President too weak to lead Nigeria, says PDP. Appeal court holds on against trial at the CCT. Well, Court of Appeal reinstates Duke as SDP presidential candidate. Man divorces wife for insisting on voting for Buhari.
Background, I have that story.
Please, go.
So this man, Abdullahi Yadau, his wife's name is Hafsat Suleiman. He has said that he's going to divorce his wife for choosing to vote for Buhari this 2019 elections. According to him, he said they decided to support Buhari because they believed in President Buhari, because they believed that he was going to do a lot for the country. Okay. But after reviewing everything, the man, according to him, is disappointed that the president has not lived up to expectation, and then he decided to, support the PDP candidate, which is Atiku. But the wife, on the other hand, refused and said, Buhari, we must follow you. And so they had a fight. He gave her a slap. She ran out of the house. And the brothers are saying there's no point. Two of them should just separate. So I'm wondering, is this now that...
So this politics that
exactly has entered
this
the
one
families.
that happened with this party that, they just want to withdraw from the race last minute, have not taught us lesson.
No.
So politics will come and divide family now.
Exactly.
No, I think people should have to learn that politics is politics. You cut off your personal life from it. You don't have to start divorcing or going through all the pressure, or even, you see people argue.
I'm sure that
politics shouldn't be taken to that level.
In their sober mood, they should just be embarrassed at each other.
All right. What that will embarrass them is when they realize that those two parties they are fighting to come together
national council meeting and greet each other.
These people
and hug each other.
Outside of politics, they relate with one another very well. So let's quickly move on now.
Live in peace, please.
Following Punch's report on CP orders probe of DPO who broke carpenter's leg, and we had that story here yesterday. And as a development from that, following that story, the CP Lagos State, that's Edgar Imohime, has recalled the DPO from his position. And so they are going to investigate him, so we'll see what the outcome will be.
Excited about it. That's
very
good.
happy about it.
Yes.
We shouldn't just rush to say it didn't happen. Let's investigate. So I'm waiting to see what they'll do.
Okay, any other story here? No. Let's move forward then to the nation's newspapers. Well, Southeast to Buhari gave us IGP Security Council slot. President seeks return of APC. Ohaneze adopts Atiku. Onoge Court of Appeal orders conduct tribunal to stay proceedings. INEC ACPN kicks as Ezekwesili quits race. Diezani Cash, ex-INEC officials convicted. Saraki Oloriegbe trade words. Fayose left 155.79 billion naira debt. CBN plans capital control rules. Ahmed Musa loses mom. Lagos residents in street protest over Apapa gridlock.
So Apapa residents have taken to the streets. They protested the gridlock in Apapa that has become terrible. And they gave a 21-day ultimatum to the federal government. They protested to the area B, that's up in Apapa, and dropped a letter that is meant for the president, giving a 21-day ultimatum for all the trucks to clear from Apapa. And that explains why I was late to work this morning, because they just came to the Badagry Express side of the road and took over the entire length of the road starting from Abule-Ado all the way to Mount 2 this morning.
Wow.
Thank God last man intervened, and after a while we started seeing traffic move. So I just sat down there reading the news on my phone. It is terrible. I don't want to remember what this was like last year but I used to come here late, 15 minutes into show time because of this traffic. And then we still have to deal with the one at Oshodi. So please, whoever is in charge, those bonded terminals who don't have holding base should be, somebody should take back their license to run this business if they cannot provide holding base, because you can't continue to, like Tokwe said, number of hours, wasting
like billable hours
on the road.
On the road.
It can't continue. It shouldn't continue, rather.
Quickly. One from APC, the APC candidate representing Kwara, let me get that, Olori Egbe. Is his name. He's representing the same area that Bukola Saraki is representing, and he said that he wants to stop this dynasty of one family that has dominated and impoverished, put them in poverty and underdevelopment for the last 16 years. And confidently, he is going to take out Bukola Saraki from the position.
Said, according to the headline, one of the past, I will beat him perplexed. That kind of thing. The scary thing is that if you run the fields of the feeling of people in that area, it's almost like he has more popularity.
All right, let's quickly take this Diazani story.
Yes, so two former INEC officials, employees, Christian Nwosu and Tijani Bashi, have been convicted by the Federal High Court. They were charged with 264.8 million gratification and money laundering. According to the case, the money was given to them to, more like a rigging of the election during the 2015 Jonathan's election. But at the end of the day, that failed. And so the Nwosu guy was supposed to come in court, and he said he traveled from the east and he was sick, so he did not show up in court. But the judge was not having any of it. Said, we are going to continue that case tomorrow and we'll fine you.
All right, we'll see what the end result will be tomorrow then. Quickly to the New Telegraph. US, UK to prosecute place a visa ban on Nigerian politicians for instigating violence, undermining elections. Ezekwesili, why I pulled out of presidential race. ACPN refund our donations. NAS to pass 27,000 naira minimum wage bill Tuesday. Buhari Hill senators, reps for accelerated hearing. Albeit Sarki Sili in presidential race. Olori Egbe, Senate President, you are daydreaming. It's okay. INEC officials convicted over 264.8 million naira fraud polls with identified flashpoints troublemakers. Court of Appeal sacks Ghana, reinstates Duke as SDP presidential candidate. Ohaneze Ndigbo endorses Atiku for presidency. Okay, so let's quickly take this major headline story.
Which of them? The UK, yes, I have the story. The UK and US, they've come out to say that anyone who perpetrates acts of violence during the election, because they're out to support a free and fair election, they are not supporting any particular political party, but anyone who is caught to, push for violence will be denied visa into their countries, and it would even extend to their families. They will also be prosecuted according to international laws. So that's what they are saying, basically.
All right, I think we should talk about this Ezekwesili.
So Ezekwesili pulled out of the presidential race yesterday and cited that one of her reasons is that she wants to build a formidable coalition against the APC and the PDP ruling class. And she pulled out, and INEC is saying January 17th was the deadline for withdrawal. November 17th, sorry, was the deadline for withdrawing from the race, and it's too late already. In fact, I understand with INEC because the ballot papers are already
yes, they even mentioned it.
A lot of things worry me. Number one is the psychophancy with which politicians carry themselves. Immediately she withdrew, the party aligned behind the APC candidates. That's one. Number two, lack of ideologies among parties. If this party had a strong ideology they believed in, they would die for it. And it doesn't matter whether a person is willing to withdraw. They would rather,
but they had their issues with their candidate as well.
No, their house wasn't neatly put together.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
That must be stated.
So the issues are that Nigerians, of course, Obi said, she had consulted with Nigerians and Nigerians in diaspora before reaching this decision. It's the same people who would have been saying to her, "Whoa, you are the best person for this job."
But then she had been in government. One would have expected she knew better.
Yes.
Her running mate was even saying that she was just fronting that political platform to get herself a position as a finance
Politicians.
minister at the end of the day.
Politicians.
That's what the
aligned, yes.
Now,
That's
so
what
there are so
politicians
many things,
they've been
you know,
saying.
coming out of this.
And
But
I am
He's
really
also
I
trying
am
to
happy
secure
with
himself.
it.
He's also trying to
I
secure
am
something for
disappointed
himself.
that she just pull out.
Yeah, he's
I
also
feel
trying-
that a
everybody's
coalition is
selfish.
still, I think a coalition could have taken place long
Earlier.
ago.
Yes.
We
Months-
heard about it and then
months
it
ago.
fell through. So, feels bad though, you know.
Really bad, but then we have to wrap up now. Next, on Hot Topic, we discuss Two-Face's view on bad or meaningless music on radio airwaves. Stay with us. We will be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, legendary musician Tubaba Idibia, that's Two-Face Idibia, calls out the National Broadcasting Commission over what he calls bad songs flooding the airwaves. According to him, quote, before NBC is able to ban any music, it has gone popular already. Yeah. That means they didn't even hear it on time in the first place. It's after the song has gone viral that they will want to ban it. No one is doing any work. Now, joining us on the show is Ego Ogbaro. Ego
Ogbaro.
Okay.
Yes. That's my maiden name. So.
All right. Welcome to the show,
Thank
Ego.
you. Thank
it's
you.
good to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, join the conversation on 07080668014. Tweet to us at TVC Connect with the hashtag YourViewTVC. Ego, what do you make of Two-Face, or what Two-Face is saying? Bad music on the airwaves, that the NBC is not doing enough. It had the songs would have gone viral before they now want to ban it, really.
I mean, we live in the social media era. Social media is everything. And I agree with him to a large extent. You know,
What part?
I mean, by saying that these songs would have gone viral before anything is done, before banning and before saying, oh, you can't play this on radio, it would have gone viral. Once you leak a song, or once one song is released, or once you download a song, it's everywhere. People share lots of stuff, you know, every day. So I feel that somebody should have nipped it in the bud. I mean, I feel it's like a standards organization, you know. So those songs should have gone through that, you know, that should have gone through a process.
But then again, how many Nigerian artists submit their songs? So we had
For this check.
That's what I'm saying. But
we had a video last year where I felt I missed the tension and the quality at the time. Fouls didn't do the right thing by, you know, projecting that kind of thing. It could have provoked anything. The sensitivities of people, and we debated it. We went back and forth. It didn't get. Yeah, it had already become popular because, of course, the cable channels are not under NBC. So that's another place for, you know, these things to happen. YouTube, of course, and all those things happen like that. And the more NBC try to stop a song from being popular, the more popular it actually gets.
Yeah, but so the thing is,
Shouldn't they submit these songs to the NBC
and then they determine.
Of course, that's
the
not
thing
the policy,
about,
but that's the
the
sad
music
case.
industry is that it's independent all over the world.
Yes.
That industry, it's on its own all over the world. The only thing the NBC can do is to regulate the radio stations that are under it, the television stations. Okay, you guys are not allowed to play vulgar songs. So when songs are brought to your radio station, if it doesn't meet that criteria, you kick it out. That's the only thing the NBC can do. Remember that this music thing is a business. So you're a musician and you're singing what your customers want to hear because you want to make money. So for you to streamline and say, okay, we don't want this kind of songs in our airways would be very difficult for the NBC. They are not that equipped to do that because that industry, it's like a private industry. We have a lot of independent artists. We have, what do you call them, a record label. You know, it's a money-making business. So you can't
agree.
just give them that. It will be very difficult
industry.
for the NBC.
But I'm saying that, I mean, if you're saying a song is bad, or if you say...
What is even a bad song?
Exactly. Do you understand?
I can tell you.
So, okay, let's say, okay, it has some vulgar words.
Of course.
You as a musician, you should have different versions. You should have the radio friend. That's what they do. You should have even the international
and
songs
that's
that
due
you
to,
you have radio versions. You have the
Yes.
radio edit. You have the radio versions. So when you hear a song that has a vulgar word, you don't on radio. You don't hear that particular version.
On radio, but it's on the streets.
So at the end of the day,
you
for
can't
me,
control it.
That's
for
what
me,
I'm saying.
except we're running a communist kind of society, where there isn't freedom in any form, but we run a democracy. Social media has democratized everything. You don't need to come on radio for your song to go
blow.
viral.
Yes.
You can actually put out your song out there and everybody would know about your
Yes.
song without you releasing
Yes.
officially
Anything
taking
on
going to
radio.
any video,
So true.
any place. So at the end of the day, what Two-Face is saying is NBC, what I feel it should say is that NBC should become more creative in dealing with the issues of our society. So if you can't just expect that you will ban a song when you now find out about it. You have to be more creative and more proactive. So you put it out there. This is what we want on our airways in Nigeria. These
How
are the
about
ethics
having
we want to
artists
stand by.
be more responsible?
The artists
Hold on,
now,
let me
that's
finish.
where I'm even
to their own
going.
pockets.
Hold on.
Exactly.
No. How about having artists be more responsible and more patriotic? So you have a target to not miseducate our young ones. You have a goal as a role model not to miseducate, and then you promote a song promoting drugs and dancing and all that. Listen. When Science Students was released, we discussed it on Your View here, and I remembered clearly that the lyrics of the song, listening to it the first time for me was worrying that any young child, it would encourage vices. And we criticized it based on that ground. Ego talked about creating radio friendly. So you have a work that is originally your intellectual property you want to protect, but then you create something that is for the public that you think would not encourage.
Hang on, please. Okay. We have Baraka on the line. Perhaps she has a different perspective to this discussion. Welcome to the show, Baraka.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations to Morayo.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, your topic this morning is a very fantastic one. I was on my bed last Saturday. There was a party going on behind my house. And when a particular song was played, I felt very bad as a mother that my children will be listening to that kind of song. So there should be a regulation that those people should submit the song for moderation before the song gets out.
I agree with you.
Please, if government should be able to do that, they should submit the song for moderation before the song is allowed to come out.
Exactly.
Please, thanks so much.
Madam, sorry to burst your bubble. That won't happen. Let's just face reality.
The movie industry
Them complain it at
Stop
parties.
saying that. I'm sure there's a fine.
Are you going to stop
them
Nima,
complaining at
Nima, let me
parties?
finish my point.
That's the problem.
You assume that every musician out there is sane and normal. Most of them are not. We have the musicians we know that sing good songs. She's here. She's been doing it for years. Do you understand? We have those ones we know that they take crack or take whatever they take before they go and record. So they are not sane. Don't assume everybody is reasonable.
And at the end of the day, we're expecting a bad tree to produce
good fruit. It's not possible.
You cannot expect a bad tree to produce good fruit. You will produce
I'm
out
sorry
of
to
the abundance of what you have. So now I have
I'm
something.
so sorry to disagree. You see, we live in a capitalist world, and that's why we must have regulation. That's the purpose of regulation.
There has to be
If we do not
regulation.
have regulation, everybody will be about profit, about their pockets, and then we'll destroy our society.
Exactly. Who are they regulating? Are you regulating the people that are at the parties or the clubs? Or they're like, oh, you can't play this
They are
song?
laba marketers.
Oh, that's a
whole
different issue.
The Nigerian Film and Video Censor Board regulates movies that go to the cinema.
Yes.
They regulate movies that will come on TV. They regulate movies that you can buy.
Yes.
They don't regulate what goes
On the
on
internet.
YouTube.
Yes.
So people post their pornography. We have celebrity pornography stars right now in Nigeria. I didn't know until BBC did an interview of one of them. There are people that they do this thing. So we cannot regulate society to conform. We regulate our home. We regulate our family.
Okay, so now, ladies,
children.
quickly, I need to take it from there now.
Quickly.
If the NBC cannot regulate all of this, you are, so to speak, a veteran in this industry. Mentorship and all of that, how will this come handy in this area?
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking.
You see, I agree with her.
Thank you.
What she said earlier, you know, I think we can't all do the same thing. We're not all in the same space, in the same, you know, zone. When we write songs, when we produce songs, when we record songs, I feel you can only speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I can speak for myself and say, okay, the kind of songs I want to release, the kind of songs I want to record. Yes, what legacy do I want to have? How do I want to be seen? You know, when I'm not even here anymore. And I know what I want, and I work towards that. And you know, from time to time, I meet people and I try to mentor them in the way that I believe that I can do it.
Okay, now that's because we are running out of time. We need to talk about tomorrow's event. That's the Amazon event.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the performances. I mean, I've always loved live performances. Good. Thank you so much. And there are other great singers, and it's something to be proud of. You know, this. Yes. I mean, some of them are younger. All of us female. Yeah.
Kayefi.
There's Maka. There's Aduke.
There's Aduke. There's
you. Squad One. There's who am I leaving out? Maka, Kayefi, Aduke. There's me, and there's an all-female band.
Fabian.
There's Fabian. Oh, thank you. There's Fabian. And it's an all-female band, which is amazing.
And it's being hosted by our very own.
Our
very own glam man.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. And it's all live music.
For those that are fans of good music, you need to encourage.
The kind of music you don't mind.
We need to encourage artists that produce good music.
Yes.
Like
we
us.
need to buy artists that produce good music.
Yeah.
We need to attend events where you would have artists that produce, like the Amazons. Go to that event.
Yes.
Attend the event. Pay, buy their albums.
Come on,
encourage them.
Buy our songs.
It's happening at Freedom Park, though.
Freedom Park,
Perhaps you want to
7
give out the details?
Freedom Park, 7 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, 26th of January.
So I'm sure there are.
If you want to see YK, better attend.
And if we want to see Ego sing, I love your voice. Oh my God.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ego. Right now, when we come back, our celebrity guest takes the couch. Please stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Nima is getting angry already, but thanks for staying with us. We're already bubbling on the show. He's popularly known rather as Mr. Johnson and the Bonswe Fuji Maestro. He is a member of the Nigerian Red Cross and was branded Prince of Peace in 2012. He currently bags a Doctorate of Arts in Music at the prestigious Bradley University, USA, and has also won several awards. Welcome, Dr. Adewale Ayuba.
Yes, he's a legend.
Yes, so he's a legend. Welcome.
You know,
good to have you here.
I'm chopped.
Thank God.
Oh, wow, good to have you here. Well, you can join the conversation on 07080668014. Tweet to us at TVC Connect with the hashtag YourViewTVC. Welcome once again to the show.
Hey, thank you.
Now, before you
You're
came...
all looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm melting.
No, don't melt.
Before you came on set, we were talking about Two Faces comments, where he said that the embassy basically is not doing enough to curb the bad music or bad songs on the airwaves. What do you make of what he said? Is the embassy doing enough, or what can the embassy do?
They are not doing enough anyway. I think I support him 100%. Because I remember when we were growing up, there's a board, sensor.
So you live long ago.
There's a census that if you, anytime you want to release your album, after finishing whatever from the studio, to take it to the census body, listen to it. If there's something that can affect the nation, government, people, they call you, please eradicate this, take this one out. Please, we can't release this, you can't play this one on the radio. Everybody wants their music to be playing on the radio.
So you adjust it.
There's even been accusations that, you know, the NBC now gets, you know, kind of, some of their people are compromising the standards by getting paid and making money out of this. And then they release and then have to withdraw from the society what has already been released in circulation. How true is that?
That is corruption. You know what is going on in Nigeria. And that is not good for us at all.
But sir, don't you think that when you know, eradicate some things or remove some things from the music, don't you think that is limiting the artist?
It's not limiting nobody. You see, what matters most is that you see, there's a lot of people that see artists as a model that, okay, whatever they do, they want to do it.
To copy.
They copy. So you have to think of that. But anytime you are writing your lyrics, you'll be thinking, it's not, nobody just want to listen to album. They want to gain something
inspired
from it. They want to get inspired, as you said. So that is the key.
You are an achiever. You have awards to your name. And these days, they keep promoting money, money, money as the only reason for someone to be successful. How do you balance this thing when an artist insists that for the money I will sing anything? Club bangers, those are the things that sell, those I need money. And you know, and it's releasing proper music that for which you get proper recognition.
But it's only government that can stop it now. There's nothing the government cannot do.
I feel social media is out of the government
control.
That's
very
what
quickly,
people think.
quickly getting into government.
And if we don't, if we decide to go and control that space, then we become really, we would now become countries
infringing on people's rights.
We will become countries we frown upon, that don't give people freedom.
I don't believe social media. I don't believe social media is that.
They have the freedom to post what they want to post.
Tiwa Savage's song was taken down because someone had reported issues of
which is why I said it should be more creative. However,
So,
which is why I said the NBC should be more creative with the solutions they are bringing to curbing negative songs that promote negative vices within the society and vulgar songs. But I want to come to you.
Yes.
You know, you're 53. You see all these. I've seen all these. Our
this one can't be 53.
But I sort of you don't look your age. However, I feel that you've outlived your age because I've known you since forever.
Since I've been small.
You know, so yeah. So I would think that you're like in your 60s, but you are actually in your 50s. You've lived many years. You've lived many lives. How have you remained relevant? What do you think makes your song still relevant now? Because I still listen to that music and I want to dance.
It's what we are discussing now. I'm telling you, quality. Content. Of course. Firstly, I don't see myself as a foreign artist. I'm Nigerian. And God does not make any mistake for having me here. So I do something that will suit my culture. And that's the only thing that can open doors of the Western world for you. But when you are changing from Ayuba to Mr. Nixon, you...
Sir, calm down.
I want to jump on that one.
Jump because of this remix
now that we had now.
This remix that you had was about it.
Okay.
Because I noticed she was squeezing her face.
Trying to hip hop.
You call it hip hop. If you listen to it, you will be hearing talking drum.
It's still there, I heard.
You see, yes, you hear my batter every live they play.
But there was a time you said you were not going to feature a hip hop artist. I read that interview somewhere.
You see, the collaboration is. You see, I'm not going to feature them. It's not this thing happened because I want to get popular from their own angle. Okay. When you are growing, you need young one so that you can be appealing to them. But at the same time, do the right thing.
What is the right thing?
The right thing is to stay on Fuji music. You see, the way I was singing on that, you know, this is 100% Fuji. There's no doubt.
Okay.
Talking drums. If I want to collaborate with Tiwa today, I'm going to do Fuji. And she's going to sing Fuji too. You see, that is the important
Originality.
thing. Originality.
So, sir, coming to that, you know, you have, you said you want to be like Bob Marley who took reggae to the world.
By the grace of God.
And you are taking Fuji to the world.
By the grace of God.
And we have a lot of artists who are traditional here.
Yeah.
But you know, you take your song out and everybody's like, no, it won't appeal to the young people. You have to mix that hip hop. We have to hear that yo.
Yeah.
Me, I rap now.
Yo, man.
Yo, man. But I do Igbo raps mostly.
Okay, all right.
You know, so they tell you a lot of things, and then it takes away that original idea you have. What has been your secret so far to stay on course?
Originality. Just be original.
Yes.
So don't listen.
Okay, I'll tell you something. I was in America, which is like 10 years ago, when they were doing 50th anniversary United Nations.
Okay.
I got the opportunity because I do Fuji music. You happen to be. Have you ever seen any Nigerian hip hop artist that has a nomination of Grammy? Let's face the reality.
Well, Femi Kuti has gotten it about how many times?
He's original.
That is just
Originality.
That is originality. That is it.
All right. Now let's still talking about your genre of music. You are said to be the most educated. You're said to you are named as, I think, the 5th most wealthiest of the group, and one wonders why. And then you are said to have one wife. And this is something that is alien.
I'm going to propose to 5 for
This is wait, let me start for you. He's Jebu. From Remo. It's very unusual as an African.
Yes, this is alien. That's where I'm going to.
He sings Fuji, does not have 2 wives.
And now
married to a Igbo.
Hold on, and now you are said to be a Christian. This is alien to
Fuji music.
Fuji music.
Yeah.
How do you do this? And is this what has kept you going?
You see, I will tell you people, like, I had like a round table meeting. I had like contractual agreement with my family, like with my parents, when I want to go into Fuji music.
Okay.
So I'm the last born of my family, and there's something they let you know that this is do's and don'ts.
Oh.
So now I give glory to God today that even it happens in my life, because they didn't do such a thing to me, I won't be.
Tell us about the
where I
do's
am
and
today.
don'ts they give you.
Like, okay, Wale, you are last born. your father married to how many wives? I said no, it's one. No 2 wives. Your brother, how many? 1. Your sisters, how many? 1. And we know that this kind of journey you want to getting to. This is where you normally take them. It's always control your brain. When you see little stuff, you just think that, oh, I'm arrived, I can marry to 10 wives. That will affect us in this family. Anything you do that will come and take out from what we have worked for, build, please.
But that was many years ago. People change.
Yes.
Why have you not changed?
You see, I thank God. I don't think it's by might. It's by grace.
So I'm concerned. How did you convert? Because you know those Fuji musicians mostly are Muslims, but you converted from that religion to Christianity. How did your people accept it?
You see, firstly, I thank God for the opportunity, because it's not easy. But the important thing is, like, it's my personal thing. What matters to a lot of people is Fuji music, the music you do. Okay. Why are you singing this way? How come you are not dancing very well? But when it comes to religion, it's your choice. Okay. And thank God you are living an Obi-Isa to Jesus Christ, which is the same name.
So there was no backlash from them?
There's no difference.
We're serving God. You see, I want to ask you something, because they touched on it a bit, talking about the affiliation of Fuji music to local, rugged life. And you don't in any way. And I did makeup for your music video like 12 years ago. Yes. And yes. Oh, wow, yes. I did makeup for your 12 years ago. I was trying to look for the picture on Facebook. You're blown. And you had that look. You didn't have the look of someone who's from the streets. How do you connect to the streets, even though you live a life that is not of that street? Yes. How do you connect it?
Before you answer that, right, we need to quickly go on this break. When we return, we'll continue with the discussion. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Everybody
upstanding
orin tá kadagbọ́ tó tẹ́wọ́ jó.
Upstanding
having fun here.
Honestly,
That was good.
I danced. I really danced to your song growing up. It was more like every party
appealed to us.
Yeah,
The
appealed to
appeal.
young and old.
Are you still
And
getting
my
that kind of
question-
appeal now, like you did
And most
then?
families
Thank
will
God,
say,
thank God. Of course. You just listen to it and
Yes,
was
it
saying,
was-
wow.
Topet asked the question
Earlier, before we went on the break, how you relate to the street, or how you relate with the street
Or how
from
you
your
remain
song,
detached from the
when
street.
and you're detached from the street, like your
Am
lifestyle.
I the type?
Your lifestyle is not street.
It's not street now.
Looking at your genre of music, the lifestyle and all of it, but then the street can relate to your song and you can relate with them with your song.
I can't lie to you. See, what my parents told me when I was growing up, that, okay, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. But the people you call that the street people, are you happy to be like them, yes or no?
A strong one
Then why would you want me to?
be like. That's
I have a question, because I read your interview in the Vanguard recently about how the present administration has curbed corruption, and it has, of course, curbed free flow of cash and, you know, kind of restricted profit for your kind of business, because shows are not coming like before.
I can see the look on his face like, what's going
I
on?
sat down and finished that book. I finished the interview. So I wanted to know, what is your thought process like about, you know, this? Because some people will say, it's the hardship, so I don't want him. And you see some artists aligning outside the, you know, views that will support this kind of ambition that, you know, we should have free flow. Are you for the free flow, or you are so patriotic you'd rather they fight corruption and Nigeria is
once and for all.
Once and for all. Like
What is free flow? By singing praises of you, like telling you that, oh, you are the best, you are this, you are
If
beautiful.
I have money that I will spend.
And you have your money to say thank you. That is our culture. It has nothing to do. That's the culture, right? Now, okay. Now, if I'm telling you that I don't want that kind of thing, and at the same time there's no royalty from my album because of piracy, where do you want me to eat?
Try. That's a strong question, but quickly. We have Yakub. We have Yakub. Welcome to the show, Yakub. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And then good morning to everybody.
I missed you.
Mr. Diwali, Ayuba, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. I think I should talk about the first topic quickly. You see, the Nigerian Broadcasting Organization need to do more. I quite agree with Sister Nima this morning, because if they don't regulate all these musicians, before you know, our children beginning to behave somehow. So for me, I don't listen to any other musicians. I start listening to Babalega, the barista of this world, the gentleman in the studio, Mr. Diwali, because he's still looking younger. See, for me, all these musician rappers, the message they are passing through to our children is barbaric. They need to do, and then you cannot rule out corruption. As Mr. Diwali said earlier, corruption is going on in every because they're always taking money from all these guys, and then they will play their tape, but then they say they want to withdraw it. Something that you already released. How are you going to withdraw it? Good morning.
Thank you,
Thank
Yakub.
you, sir.
Thank you.
So, when you started out as a Fuji musician, Fuji was already in vogue, but you decided
Established,
to establish it. You decided to craft or design
Bonsui
your
Fuji from it.
Fuji.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is
my
original
own
to
style,
you.
yes.
So now, what do you say about artists who, you know, they know that when they started the music, hip hop has always been there, but then they decide to design their own Afro-pop to suit their own culture.
kind of music.
How do you?
I don't know what is Afro-pop, I can't lie to you. Because what makes a music is the rhythm, the drums behind it.
Okay.
Say you are listening, there is somebody just come in and I'm playing reggae music without hearing singer, you know that is reggae.
Reggae.
Yes.
If they are playing Fela
They start
Anikulapo
to
Kuti
dance
now, you
on-
know that is Fela's beat.
Yes.
So what makes the music is the beat behind, not
Behind
so,
it.
because these people they call it Afro hip hop, but at the same time they believe that by putting Yoruba, you have turned it to Afro. No, nobody cares about your language.
Okay. It's
Alright.
the
It
drum
is the drum
set, the
behind-
instrumentals
instrumental.
behind it.
All right,
Make
let's go personal now because we're running out of
I wanted
time.
to build more on the issue of piracy when you talked about it earlier.
Please, thank you.
And how
Thank you.
it's really
It's
a
killing.
clog in the
It's
wheel of
killing.
piracy for
Quickly.
them. I'd like to hear you more on
It's
that,
killing.
on piracy.
It's killing.
What have you done from your own side to speak against it, or
What can you do? I can remember, say, long time, me and King Sonny Ade, a lot of big artists, we went to Alamba. When this thing is happening. They pursue us, I'm telling you.
Wow.
If you see the way they are, this, I don't know.
Ruthless. I know.
You see, and I'm saying this,
the government can locate Alaba?
It's really, really
bad.
bad. Because his albums are still selling.
Can I tell
Till
you something?
tomorrow.
And he's not making money.
You
I'll-
get to say what he wants.
I'm not making 1 naira. I just released one album called Bonswe Reloaded. But it's nothing reloaded to my pocket.
Oh God.
I'm telling you the truth. Once they get one copy of it, they will. You see, what government don't know is like they are losing. I'm telling. Am I paying any tax? Who will come to me that Ayuba come and pay tax?
Where's the money to pay?
Where's the money? But I'm telling you today, if piracy can be curbed, legal, even federal, they will make a lot of money from artists.
Generated revenue.
I'm telling you, that is the problem. I don't know
Government
why the
though.
government, what they need to do, they are
Policies.
just get somebody, okay, this guy is a pirate, please, let's take him to the prison.
Prosecute one person.
Popularize, let people know that this guy is going to jail. That's all. The remaining people will run away. That is
And
it.
that would help. So talking about enabling environment.
We are running out of time,
personal.
because we have to quickly go personal now. What do you say? You started Fuji music quick at a young age. What do you say now that you are living your dreams and what you planned for your life, and then
achieved.
your family? How do you handle it as alongside your career?
Your children, is anybody picking after you?
No, I thank God for the kind of family God gave, because like they are like my critic. Anything I do, oh, Daddy, why are you doing that? Daddy, why are you saying that? Daddy, wear this cloth. Thank God that it's been affecting good side of me. So I would not say if my children, any of them decide to sing, I'll be so happy. But before he or she get into that, I will have round table meeting.
Tell them what your mommy and
My
daddy told you.
parents.
Yes.
That's
So are you living the dream?
I give glory to God, I thank God, but not to the level that I'm expecting. Because of what we are discussing now, piracy, this and that.
In Nigeria.
Do we have time?
No, we have no time for tweets. We have to go. Time is up. My director has been telling me that we need to go.
Mr. Kola,
Time
you know, let us
is
take twist and
up
beat him
because
up.
we also have to dance out of the studio. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah, Nima, you're going to dance. Stand up, Nima. You can stand up. Nima has refused to dance. I know. I don't even know how to dance. Hey. So I'm going to rate you. Actually, my work is going to be rating. I'm going to be the one rating your dance. Okay. Obi seems to be the one. I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to dance.
You do not to dance.
All right. Okay. Obi's winning. Well, you can now watch the repeat of Your View by 11 p.m. We hope you enjoyed the show today. Have a fabulous weekend.
Yes,
Bye.
That's our name is.
Thank you.
Money